Good morning. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing today? I am feeling amazing. We're going to get this session started in just a minute. So if you're here now, we can start the relaxation process. Get comfortable in your chair and close your eyes and just focus on your breath. In trading, everybody talks about their $100,000 months. They talk about their Lambos and Discord communities, their fancy travels and whatnot, which is cool and all, but it's honestly not why you were called to trading. God put trading in your heart because you have a gift to share with the world. And that gift does not mean that you have to work 40 hours a week. No. What that gift means is that we must lock in, master ourselves in order to reap abundance from the markets so that we may live a life free of time and financial constraint. So the way we're going to start our session today, as always, is with our connecting to our why in trading meditation. When we come up to a challenge in our trading, the more we connect to our why and our long-term picture, the easier it is for us to make long-term decisions instead of in-the-moment decisions that try to conquer our current emotions. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes and we're going to wash away all of our thoughts. And in our mind, we're going to visualize a connection to our mind. So please close your eyes and do this now. As we connect to our mind, we're going to want to visualize a nice blue glow for our mind's energy. But if you're a little more masculine, you might see your pink squishy brain in your skull. But either way, the visualization lets us know that we are connected now. Good. Nice job connecting to your mind and your imagination. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drop down a little white string with an anchor, and we're going to anchor that into our heart. As we do that, we want to close our eyes and really visualize the connection to our heart. Much like connecting to our mind, for me, I see a nice green glow for my heart energy. But if you're a little more logical, you might see your red beating heart in your chest. But either way, the visualization lets us know that we are connected now. So please close your eyes and visualize connecting to your heart. So the trading session is over. You just took a 1-hour loss within your trading plan. Yeah! Great job. Now, what are you going to do with the rest of your day? Close your eyes now and have the courage to live out your perfect day in your imagination. As we conjure up the scenes of our perfect day, we want to get as detailed as possible with those scenes. And as we get detailed, we're going to want to feel the emotions. The emotions here are the most important part. So pull up feelings of joy and freedom. Ready? Please close your eyes now and live out your perfect day. Good. Nice job having the courage to live out your perfect day in your imagination. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the scenes and we're going to pick the one that felt the strongest to us. We're going to pull it up again now and we're going to really revel in those emotions. We're going to hold that feeling for 25 seconds. But don't stress. I'm going to count here for us. You just enjoy. Please close your eyes and do this now. Halfway there, keep going. "23, 24, and 25. Nice job. So now we can wiggle our nose and wiggle our fingers and just float back into our reality. The reason why we hold those feelings for 25 seconds is that literature on manifestation tells us that it takes 17 seconds of feeling and emotion in order to bring that momentum into our reality. So we go a little further and we hold it for 25 seconds just to really up that momentum and bring that dream life into our current reality. So great job doing that exercise. Now we're going to move in to our journaling portion of this session. For our journaling portion of this session, we like to have a physical journal that we use only for journaling. Pre-market, post-market, it can be in the same journal, but we really want a physical journal that we can use to take down all of our data. So we can flip through and we can see just how far we've come. Also, when we're working with our feelings and intentions, It's super important that we utilize the energy in our hands. This way that when we write them out, we can solidify that into our body because we're using physical movement. All right, so let's open to a new page and we'll start with the date. Good morning, Ray. So the way we do our journaling here is very special. We work with our subconscious mind in order to implant feelings and intentions for our trading session as if they've already happened. The way we do this is we pick 3 to 4 intentions that come just off the top of our head and we write them down in the past tense. Writing them down in the past tense allows us to trick our mind and our body into believing we already are that person. So when we come up to a fork in the road in our trading session, we can pick the path of our highest self because we've already written out who they are and how they behave. Lastly, what we like to add here is a little secret spice of gratitude. Because the more we're grateful for who we are and what we already have in our life, the more we can call abundance into our presence. So I'll read you a little example here. I am so grateful that I waited patiently today for my A+ setup. Super simple, written in the past, with just a little piece of gratitude. Got it? So you guys take a moment now, you write out yours, and then I'll read you mine when I'm done. Amazing. Okay, so I'm done here mine now, but I'll give you all about 30 seconds to finish yours. Everyone done? Yeah! Okay, cool. I'll read you out mine. April 7th, pre-market journal. I am so grateful that I do less in my trading sessions. It's brought me great success in the market. I am so grateful that I waited patiently today for my A+ setup. Yes, I am. The first one I actually didn't write in the past. Anyway, last one here. I am so grateful that I had the courage to execute my A+ setup and honor my take profit, my stop loss, and my sizing. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. And lastly, as always, I like to write a little thank you, Samaya. Because honestly, we don't thank ourselves enough. And the more we can be grateful for our trading journey and for just how far we've come, the easier the journey becomes. So that being said, we're going to move on in now to our prayer. The way that this works is we get 2 minutes. The first minute, you're going to take alone in silence, and you're going to offer yourself gratitude for the trading journey and for just how far you've come. The second minute, I will lead us all in a prayer of gratitude, but please take this minute now, close your eyes, and offer yourself thanks. Amazing. Thank you so much for having the courage to offer yourself gratitude in this moment. Now it's my turn. I'd like to start by saying thank you to me and thank you to you for having the courage to set off on this trading journey. God put trading in your heart because it's absolutely something that you can achieve. The more we walk down the path of our highest self, the more our dream life unfolds for us. When we walk in the path of fear, we are shown what our fears materialize. But we have to have the courage to know that on the other side of fear is courage. So make the choice every day to live your life in courage. Because the more we step into our highest self, the more we can see that our reality is much more than we ever dreamed it could be. God has great plans in his heart for us, but if he showed us the end of the road, it would be too easy. That's why trust is so important. Trust in your path, trust in the challenges, and trust that they are the whetstone to sharpen you for your greatest future. Thank you very much. Great job making it this far. We have 2 more exercises. The next exercise is actually my favorite because it's allowed me to come so far in my trading. And what we're going to do is we're going to visualize the market hitting our stop loss. When the market hits our stop loss, we're going to take note of how we feel. If we feel negative, if we feel upset, that's okay. What you're going to want to do is do this exercise over and over and over again until you can visualize that stop loss being hit and you can pull up a neutral emotion. because that's where the real meat of the exercise comes in. Once we can visualize the market hitting our stop loss and we feel neutral, we can actually replace it with a feeling of gratitude. Well, for me, I like to thank God for the chance to trade today, but I know I'm a little more feminine. So if you're a little more masculine and competitive, you might feel something like, good game market, you got me this time. I know I have an 80% win rate. Something like that. All right, so get comfortable in your chair. And we're going to get detailed with this visualization exercise. We're going to send our order in the market and we're going to hear order filled. We're going to place our we're going to place our stop loss. We're going to place our take profit. And all in one big candle, the market's going to come down and take our stop loss. That's when we're going to hear stop filled. And we can look up in the screen and see our red P&L. When we hear stop filled, that's our cue to either notice how we feel or to replace it with that grateful emotion. All right? I like to do this about 3 or 4 times, so please take this time now, close your eyes, and do this visualization exercise. Amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that exercise. Now we're going to flip it on its head and we're going to visualize the market hitting our take profit. So very similar exercise, but when the market hits our take profit, we're not going to feel elated. We're not going to feel overconfident. We're not going to feel like market makers. No. Instead, we're going to pull up that same grounded feeling. We can do this exercise again 3 to 4 times. So please close your eyes now and do this visualization. Amazing. This exercise has honestly helped me so much in my trading, where now I can walk away from my computer with only taking 1 trade a day, no matter what the outcome. Sometimes I do feel emotional, but I know on the other end of my emotional feelings is the opposite of my success in the market. What I try to do is when I'm trading, I think, if I had $1 million in my bank account, what would my decision be in this moment? It really helped me on Friday, where I had moved my take profit to the liquidity instead of my 1-to-1, and it all came back for a break even. I had to walk away. I felt emotional in the moment, but I knew from doing these exercises, from doing my meditations, that the most important thing we can do is align with our highest self in our trading sessions. So may you feel the same in your trading sessions. All right, so we got one more exercise here. This is a breathing exercise. Get comfortable in your chair. If you've tensed up a little bit, take a moment, focus on your breath, and I will offer us the instructions here now. So the way that this works is we're going to breathe in through our nose for 7 seconds. As we breathe in, we're going to imagine all the beautiful, resilient energy from Mother Nature coming in and supercharging our beings. We should feel it here. And as we pull in all that beautiful energy, we should notice a ball of staleness or negativity in our stomachs. That's where the out breath comes in. We're going to breathe it all back to Mother Nature. But don't worry, she can handle it. All right, let's go. In for 7. Hold for 2. And all out for 8. In for 7. Hold for 2. And all back to Mother Nature for 8. In for 7. Hold for 2. And all that staleness out for 8. Last one here. Let's make it count. In for 7. Hold for 2. And all back to Mother Nature for 8. Amazing. Thank you so much for investing this time in your trading mindset with my pre-market journaling and meditation session. Now go off, go trade. You have everything you need. You have all the skills, you have all the knowledge, and now your mind and body is primed with a supreme calm to meet market open. I love you very much, and I'll see you all tomorrow.